Good morning, everybody. Now, I want to start out on a somber note, and I'm going to keep it real with you that everybody in this PAC at some point is going to die. Now, what if I told you that you had 6 months left to live? What is one of the first things that you would tell me that you would do? Would it be quit your job? Well, that tells me a lot of things. That tells me that you're doing something that you're not naturally good at or that you're not passionate about. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Finding something that you are naturally good at and something that you do enjoy doing. Because age has no limitation to any accomplishment that you can accomplish. Now, I currently work on our activities staff at an assisted living facility. Now, I may only be 17, but it was kind of a shock for me, taking on a big role. And I am young, and I may be young, but that didn't stop me from trying to accomplish this goal that I had. Because like I said, age has no requirement to the possibilities and to the achievements that you can achieve. Now, I have been very lucky to find my profession at such a young age, and that also ties in with the typical American 9-to-5 job. And according to our Gallup, 85% of people are dissatisfied with their job. And what we're going to do is I'm going to help you to try to find that natural talent and even try to make an income from that as well. Now, I have been a very passionate worker since I was 13 years old, and believe me, I've had many different work experiences. But what I found that I'm naturally good at is being nurturing and caring towards others. Now, the environment at my workplace prepares me for my workforce that I'm going to be going into once I graduate high school. Because in an assisted living facility, I see the daily struggles that most people that come in and out of a facility do not see. Their daily struggles. Now, Pew Research Center study also showed that 52% of people are pressured to go to college. Now, I know most of you in this room may or may not know what they are going to be doing after college. But there's these standards, and everybody has these standards that they put you up to on what you should be doing it, how you should be doing it, when you should be doing it. But have you even had a chance to sit down and think about what you want to do for the next 4 years of your study, 8 years of your study? Have you even had time to sit down and think about that? Or do you want to end up working the typical boring 9-to-5 job? Now, there's this historical figure. Her name is Anna Mary Robertson, aka Grandma Moses. Now, she was born back in the 1800s, and the only expectation from a woman back in the 1800s was to cook and clean and sew and take care of the children. Now, believe it or not, she was 80 years old before she finally discovered what she was passionate at. And that was art. She started painting, and she made an income from that. And I promise you, if you feel stuck, you are not. Because if you don't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. And if you don't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s. And if you don't make it in your 40s, you can make it in your 50s. And guess what? If you don't make it in your 50s, you can most definitely make it in your 60s, because age has no limitation to the accomplishments that you are going to achieve once you leave the doors of this high school. The only thing that you need to apply is self-determination and motivation. Now, there's been this theory that I have been following for a while now, and that I've been learning more about every day. And the way that I like to describe it is that we as people, we change with the seasons. We have different seasons that we go to and that we go through. And this let them theory, if it's for a person who finds themselves too incorporated in other people's lives, or worrying about other people too much, or getting involved too much, that you are missing so much that is happening right in front of your eyes. I've been there. But this let them theory also lets us understand of how we can express ourselves and to set boundaries and to live assertively. Just because you're scared of losing the people around you doesn't mean that they're meant to be in the next season of what you're going to be going through. You need to keep focused on the passion that you have, because most people will not listen to what anybody has to say, and they will learn the hard way. I've spent majority of my life worrying about the future that I've missed so much of the present. Now, leaving here today, I don't want you to force yourself to go out and try to find your passion or your natural talent. I don't want you to think or worry about what other people's opinions of you are, because how much will that really matter in a decade or two when you all are living your separate lives and you say to yourself, I wish I would have done this. I want you to leave more optimistic. I want you to be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. And if there's a roadblock, the worst thing that you can do is follow behind somebody else's footsteps. Now, there's one more thing that I want to talk to you guys about today, and it's called the law of accumulation. Now, the law of accumulation is the belief that everything counts. No matter what you do, it all counts. Reading a book, going to school, driving your car, waking up in the morning, it all counts. We have much less time than what we think we do. Your 20s go by as fast as a blink of an eye. Suddenly you're 30. What am I going to do? 40. It's too late. Yeah. Most people think by 40 to 50 years old, they do think it's too late. You shouldn't waste your life. You need to set your goals high. You need to think less about what's wrong. You need to love a little more, and please, for the sake of our sanity, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of. And always remember this, because this has stuck with me. People want you to do well, but not better than them. Are you going to set aside and watch your dreams just diminish and wither away and then feel sorry for yourself? Or are you going to set other people's opinions aside and do what's best for you? So don't take it from me. Take it from Shelley, Mary Shelley, who published Frankenstein at just 20 years old. Take it from Mozart, who composed his first symphony at just 8. Take it from Greta Thunberg, a teenager who challenged world leaders to fight against climate change. Or even take it from a man named Marty, a 95-year-old man who graduated college and practiced his profession until he passed away at the age of 110. Or even take it from Sherry, a 76-year-old woman who completed a marathon because she added that motivation and self-determination, and she accomplished something that she's always wanted to accomplish. Now, these that I showed you today are real world prime examples of ageless achievements and how age does not restrict possibility. Thank you.